Welcome, Lords and Ladies of Fate. In this stream, we play various tabletop role-playing games as you, the audience, earn fate chips that can be used to reward or punish your favorite players or their characters. You earn fate chips by just watching, following, hosting, subscribing, or just contributing to the game. You can then use those fate chips to heal characters, adjust their next skill checks, or force them to say silly lines, or just wreak havoc on the story. Tonight, we are playing Star Trek Adventures. These are the voyages of the Starship Norway. In our 2 or 3 week mission, we've managed to get rid of almost the entire cast and destroy the ship almost. So let's see what happens in our final couple episodes. What we have left is Armand playing as Captain Roland Sykes. Then we've got Lieutenant Commander, or Good Devil playing Lieutenant Commander Sivek. We have Nathaniel playing as Lieutenant Desmond. Myself will be playing Commander Balchisorthis-ish. And maybe some NPCs. We'll see. And to mitigate the will of the fates, we have Wayne as our very own Q.
Well, hello, everyone. As our time together winds down with this crew, this assembled bits of temporary flotsam that seems to walk around and make noise, things do have to come to an end for some of you, and what better way to end things than perhaps a trial? Because as we know, the trial never ends. And there have been a lot of trials in Star Trek, and we're going to get you in the mood of this with a quick poll, which I hope someone had already engineered and checked out since I posted it at least an hour early. What is your favorite Star Trek trial episode? I don't care what your opinions are, but you seem to like giving them. So why don't you just decide to tell us which of these is your favorite? You may have another, and put that in the chat if you have another trial episode. We only have a handful of choices. But for this, it is Death Wish, which is a Q favorite. The Drumhead. Menagerie from the classic. The First Duty, which always makes the people giggle. Yeah, there we go. The crowd pleaser. And finally, The Measure of a Man, which is not as filthy as you'd imagine. But why don't you weigh in the chat? You can even possibly, I don't know, tweak the will of the fates by...
There's some fake elector shit going on here, hands down. There's some...
The FBI will be... The Space FBI will be visiting you soon.
That's it. Call Dominion. We need to have a recount. Because there's some fishy business going on here.
Yes. Now you must all speak into the horn of truth when you do this. Because, again, this was a trial that didn't make it in to our poll. But there are a lot of Star Trek episodes that seems to go under, most notably one that was actually specifically called Court Martial, which I thought was good. Does anyone else have one that didn't show up on the list necessarily, so you don't influence voting? And you can even use the phrase, the one about. I like the one where Andy Griffith showed up in this tweed suit.
Menagerie is my favorite, so.
Oh.
But that's because I'm a classic. And I like the whole Christopher Pike tie-in.
Beep. Yes.
Nah, I'm a big Data fan, so it's Measure of a Man for me.
Mm.
I mean, there was that one episode on Voyager where the Doctor went to court for his rights as an artist and a creator for his holodeck program.
That was a good one too.
Mm-hmm.
Photons Be Free.
Yes.
That was his. That was the name of the work, right? I forget what was that. Also the name of the.
Yeah.
I don't think that wasn't the name.
The
name of the program.
Well, I mean, I was thinking the episode, but that's just.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I do like that sort of. You organics just sort of gloss over that entire holo problem. And they seem to have tamped that shit down by the time Picard showed up. Holograms were not the problem in the Picard universe. Apparently, the whatever they are, not the Bastion or Rada, whatever they are, the Romulan busybodies were seemed to be thrown by the fact that Holo AI just didn't count in their world.
Looks like Measure of a Man won.
Measure of a Man. All right.
Oh, and look, the poll called out the fake elector.
What?
Yep.
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 Hey, you got to have something to spend the channel points on, right?
Right.
Oh, we should go and actually, it'd be interesting. Can we just quit now and go raid another Star Trek channel? We're literally going head to head. We're literally going head to head with ELH. ELH's channel. Like, wanted to give them a shout out because they also, do one of the few groups that do Star Trek adventures, and have been running it for years.
Is that the channel, or is that the abbreviation for something?
No, ELH1 is the name of their channel.
ELH1.
Do not send us there. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve us.
I was going to just do a shout out.
Oh, yeah, do a shout out. I believe it's ELH1.
If not, we just send everybody to some weird place.
Oh, wait, did we actually send them?
Well, no. I mean, they'd have to click on the link, but...
I think it is. Let me...
Always click on random links you find in chat.
People. Yeah.
I don't think it's the right
That's
place.
the lesson you should learn today.
No, it's not the right place. Oh, this sucks.
Everybody go give that person a follow, though, just because they showed up.
Give that person a follow. Mess them up. I am so sorry. Hold on. It should
if that
be,
person's a streamer, they're going to be like, what the fuck happened last night?
Why'd I get like 20 follows out of nowhere?
ELH. ELH MK1.
Oh, that's way bigger.
Yeah, that's way bigger. Well, it's all a matter of perspective. All I can say is they've got 3 viewers, and I'm deep inside my tiny little heart, I'm thinking, yes.
What is it? ELH what?
ELH MK for Mark 1 digit.
Right.
ELH MK1.
There you go. Click that random
So
link.
we'll give them a shout out.
Yeah, the last one was a Trojan horse, so make sure you definitely clicked on that one.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. Download all the things. Download all the things.
And the second
This
one's
is
a
our
mini
finest
horse.
event silo. Sorry?
So the second one's a mini horse.
Mini horse.
I was gonna say a Durex horse, but
Ouch.
we'll show on the nose.
Little bit. This is just gonna be us. That's
Unmei just fell asleep.
Who did?
I think we broke Unmei.
Unmei just died. We broke Unmei. I was worried about feeding Unmei. So, ELH Mark 1. Now, to catch you up on you mortals after we dipped into the weirdness that is Twitch, the Twitch stream. While I do this, I'm just going to watch them. We should just do the whole episode just watching another show. But what I am going to do is look in on, this is Sick Transit Gloria Mundi, Sequence 11, episode titled Bolshevik. For obvious reasons that Ensign Scoob is about to give us.
We were just sitting around and washing things. Reading the executive codes for better replicator snacks. When Jenkins called. He called us to holodeck 1, and there spoke the truth about the command crew. They're really not all taking our feelings or safety into account. We decided to put on a play about it, when suddenly Sivek and Lieutenant Desmond showed up, followed by Lieutenant Commander Jazorphus, and knocked Jenkins out. Somehow Jazorphus combined with an AI and vanished. We all find ourselves heading to the Starbase 17 holding area. And all I can say is, ruh-roh.
Yes, because it all works if you end it with your catchphrase. Damn it. Oh yeah, we can only see your nose, Nat.
Oh.
A little bit. A little bit off. You're a little bit off center. That's all.
That's true. My entire life.
My entire life. Okay, good. It's good to be off center. Centrists, no. Um, and with that, Lieutenant Desmond, you have escorted a band of, well, you basically are carrying Jenkins over your shoulder, as I understand it. He's still suffering from Cevic's whammy. Meanwhile, Tucker has a flag under his arm. It's all wrapped up. I think that Starfleet Security will relieve him of that. Good Devil, would you mind taking the role of some security officers that may or may not have been phoned ahead? I don't know if anyone phoned ahead that these were coming. Did you phone ahead?
Yeah.
Okay.
As soon as Mr. Jenkins was unconscious, and we were leading the party out of the holodeck, I would have called ahead to the station security and informed that we need a holding area plus escorts to the station brig.
Okay. Security officer, what was your name again? I'm thinking anything from airplane. Security
Roger?
officer Roger and over. Yes, I've now made them. Hold on. Yes, they're in there now. Is that okay? You can pick one.
I'll take over.
Okay. Jenkins is no longer in the scene operative, so I would like to hand Roger over to. Well, I guess it's called the booth. Basically,
I haven't changed the name in weeks.
I know, and it's messing me up. You received this phone call as Desmond is on the way down the hall, as called in. So you get the communicator chirp. I may or may not have a special effect for that. Nathaniel sometimes has those. Feel free to throw in any security things. So it's hold on. That's as good as I got. Toy piano. So yeah, you get a call from Desmond. Desmond, what do you want to tell security? This is as you're walking through.
This is Lieutenant Desmond of the USS Norway. I require a holding area and legal advisors for accused mutineers on board the USS Norway. We are en route to your brig to hold them and prosecution. You could send a security team to bring the others. That would be greatly appreciated. We will be arriving at the brig within 10 minutes.
Did we get this? Okay. Yeah,
he just wall texted you.
This is Ensign Over at Starbase 17. You were clear to proceed as described, and we'll have a security team waiting for you.
Thank you very much, Starbase.
Ensign Over. Over.
Roger and out.
No, I'm over.
No,
that's security, Roger.
Yeah, no, you didn't call me. It's fine though.
Over.
No, you're over. I'm Roger.
No, I mean the call's over. Over.
And this is very confusing.
Well, that's the point. Yes.
Yeah. That was Roger saying it in character. Sorry.
Oh, he was every time. This guy has never.
He still doesn't get it. Then he doesn't get it.
Oh, I like that even better. I like that he's oblivious to it. And yeah, I believe you also managed to Miranda them, showing that class is still functional and vital to Starfleet.
Yeah, you know, it dropped a little bit in the 21st century,
First
but
century.
but
People had to remember it by naming a ship after it.
yeah, but you know, after World War III, you know, things started to level out a little bit.
They cleaned their shit up a little. No, they had dwarves. They had dwarves hopping around throwing things at people in the post-atomic horror too. So, with umbrellas, that stood out to me.
I still don't get it.
Huh?
I still don't get it. I've seen that episode 1,000 times. It's still like
It just happens, man. You roll with it. It was my episode. That was where I needed to pad an extra 35 minutes and steal writing credits from what's her name? Shoot, darn it! Writer of most of Star Trek. That wasn't B. Joe Trimble. DC Fontana. I got to steal all of DC Fontana's writing credits because I appear. So anyway, enough.
Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. The almighty Q has forgotten a mere mortal's name.
Yeah, I know. Once again, it's like I got it back, but it was not good. So you show up with
not Picard or not our captain. He doesn't know anything.
I don't care unless you've personally gotten a wet sloppy tongue kiss from Boothby, and that is how we decide who gets to be a captain in Starfleet. By the way, they learn about the Omega particle, and they get a kiss from Boothby, and they plant flowers with Boothby. Those are your that's.
Yeah, still trying to forget that. So
Yep,
thanks.
I didn't need that reminder of my academy days. Thank you.
Wait, does that mean that that means you're destined to be a captain?
Yeah, let's keep that miracle thought alive.
So
contact day, that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah. So you make it in. There's a nice holding cell there for Tucker and Scoob and Jenkins. I think Jenkins could just be flopped. You're just gonna flop him down on the ground.
I'm sure it's kind of a shock. I'm pretty sure it's a nice shock for Roger and Over to see a 7'2" woman walking right in, carrying an unconscious ensign over her shoulder like it was a sack of potatoes.
I think that's a Thursday night on Starbase 23.
Sure, we'll go with that theory. I sort of look down on him, and it's not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. Please understand, this is not in a bad way. Just my height. And I say, prisoner transfers from the USS Norway, and I pick him up and just plunk him on the table like a unconscious body he is, and say, the authority given to me by Lieutenant Sivek, Chief Engineer of the Norway. These men have been charged with attempted mutiny.
All right, well, this is where I, type reports. Why would you put them on the table? Put them on the bunk. You must be fresh. You must be fresh out of academy. But all right, cool. Thanks.
And into the cell. Don't you want to check the prisoner before we put him in here?
Oh no, it's better to let them go inside there with whatever they have on them. That's the only entertainment we're gonna get today.
I have a flag. They still have the flag. Tucker's like, okay, don't mind me. He scuttles on into the holding cell quickly.
All my instincts, I'm like, I put him down. I take Jenkins' comm badge. I take all the mutineer comm badges. I actually do the search.
I was planet. Whoa!
Yeah, I'm not gonna let you guys.
What I need is this is like security and insight. I think just for the hell of it, because I do not have. How's the LH doing? What are they doing? Okay, they got 13 viewers. Let's kick their ass. 18 viewers. God damn it, 18. Yeah, we need to get more people. So let me see. Yeah, I gotta get our momentum here. Oh my God, you had 4 momentum going. Mutineers might be pulling out of the threat pool. Just to let you know.
I can get my dice.
Okay. Watch your hand, sir. You just need, it's a pat down, and they're all wearing space pajamas. So it's like you'll need 1 success at all for this.
And what am I rolling?
Security and insight. And no, jury rigging doesn't count as a focus.
Insight, security.
Yeah, I think you're pretty good at security.
What about personal security?
I don't know what personal security is. Is that like making sure that you haven't given up your social security number?
No, it's kind of like bodyguarding.
Okay, yep.
Yeah. So I have a right to search.
Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll do that because that involves pat downs, things like that. Things that yeah, that doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Yeah. Roger, check this
I
out.
mean, I do have a value that does play into this. Today is a good day to live, so I'm checking
Hey,
these guys.
Roger, remember how much we had to wash our hands the last time we did this?
Yeah,
I think the big woman's about to find out.
What happens? Scoop's anal glands haven't been expressed in a while.
Okay. Focus.
Focus.
Please tell me I cursed that roll.
1 success? No crits?
Damn. No, I got a 19 and a.
Oh man, that was close. 19. I should increase complication rates in the future.
Yes, unfortunately, Almighty Q forgot that he has a mountain of threat to throw at us. That
I have so many more useful things to do with that threat. So you do pat down. Scoob and obviously Tucker don't have anything. You've learned from studying the early 21st century history that a flagpole is probably not something to leave in the hands of mutineers. So you got that setting off to the side. Do you guys want to give him a receipt for any of this, or how does this work?
It all gets logged into evidence, and there's a digital copy that will go with there if and when this goes to trial. But it all gets stored in the security office.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, they stay in their jumpers, and that's all they get.
Yep, they stay in their space jammies.
Yeah, just set it right down in there, right next to the space cocaine.
Oh, that's what this is. Up out of space meth.
No. You don't want to get those two things confused.
Wait a minute. What's this in their sphincter? Yeah.
Bro.
Oh, over. He's getting in there. Did you see that?
Drag me to dinner first.
What's these Scooby snacks? What are these Scooby snacks?
Maybe.
Ew.
What? I hope we're not keystering those. Wait, who just made Good Devil go nuts? Oh God. Yeah, over.
So
over. This is reminding me. We have dinner plans, right?
I don't know. Every time we have dinner, you always want to go to Roy Rogers. And I'm so over Roy Rogers, Roger.
But you're over. That's good.
I come back out and say, well, if you're looking for something different for dinner, why don't you try a Malo Ren? Something new I heard about that Shackleton's experimenting with. Apparently it's supposed to be very good.
Oh,
and plus, if you need an excuse to go to dinner, I can always watch The Prisoners. I take out my personal data card. And
Tucker is completely alarmed at this point. He sees a rubber hose in his future. Oh God, no! We got some enhanced interrogation techniques going on here.
But yeah, it basically outlines that I'm top level. I'm basically top level security. I can do. I'm qualified for like brig.
Oh, you're gonna
and
relieve the guards?
Well, let them have their dinner. I mean, security gets the bum end of the experiences, so you might as well enjoy some while I do all the
Hey,
paper.
over. I'm not one to dismiss an order from a superior officer. I think we should just head on over.
Yeah, it sounds like a nice time. I think feeling a bit peckish. Let's go do that. Thanks a bunch, and
Yeah.
without a
Hey.
second thought, just leaving him to his leaving her to his decision. Oh,
You're gonna hear us talking as we're slowly walking out of the room. I'm going, Over. I thought your last name was Over. I didn't realize your first name was Over and your last name's Roy Rogers. That's
my parents thought they were very funny when they named me Over and Under. They figured they'd get some kid in the middle, but I am working security on fucking Starbase 17.
And they turn the corridor, and this leaves. Oh God! All right, so I have no idea what you have planned at this point.
I'm just gonna sit behind the desk and just do the paperwork.
Wait, seriously?
Because no matter where you go, there's paperwork. Always paperwork.
Okay. Well, that are. Wow. What the hell is lore? Oh shit. Oh, he wants to know more about Star Trek.
no. I think he's
No.
being very direct.
No.
I think he's being very direct in his decision.
Why did? Look, I will do it if you can get 5 more viewers on this channel. That's what I will do it. Because I have a personal beef with that
works.
ELH guy. So I want to see more viewers on this channel. I need to see someone throw some of their viewers over. So we did have a redemption. Do we actually say those out loud, Magic Voice?
We should.
We should. We had a redemption for lore. So I'm putting. I believe I can fly. So in every scene, I will now mark it with our trait marker. And it's the one that reads the weird things with data in the corridor, right? That's the guy. Does everybody know who that is? Okay, so we have a redemption pending. That's one of our pending things. Yeah. Well, we need to recite Star Trek lore would be my thought, but apparently that's been quashed by the quorum. I'm not going to be able to pervert and twist this. Yeah, so Lieutenant Desmond, you're doing paperwork. What I'm going to do is leave Tucker fearing for what's happening, because the silence is weighing on Tucker and Scoob at this point. After them being thoroughly searched, they don't know what's coming next, and the anxiety in the room is going to build. But right now, what we're going to do is flip back to the captain, who is... you're about to report somewhere, aren't you?
The captain, yeah, captain is getting ready to go to meet with the admiral.
Let me see. Where's my? I had a thing.
And to my knowledge, no one has queued the captain in yet on the potential
on slight mutiny.
Mutiny.
No.
Yeah.
Minor mutiny has not shown up on the captain's. Yeah. Has anybody bothered to call Civic?
Well, Civic, that's Civic's responsibility, since he's the one who caught them and is
Let's
highest
also be fair for as to the letter he is. You know, he already read a report, so that's on the captain that he didn't read it.
I'm not at my desk right now. I'm doing
You've got
captain
mail.
things.
I really,
That's interesting. I think I've got a report here. What the hell's going on?
Does the captain actually have a yeoman, like a personal assistant or something like that? Because then it'd be
I'm
top
not
law.
spinning up any more NPCs. Well, actually, no, he does have a yeoman. He has a yeoman that has this really pasty complexion and some slicked back hair. And insists on wearing some really heavy clown makeup. He has a kind of a fake red nose on his nose, but you know he has some slick back hair and enjoys playing with what he calls Mr. Tricorder a lot.
Ah, yes.
He is ensign. He
Yes,
is
Yeoman
Yeoman
Bozo.
Thor. Bore, yes. And he often sounds like a character from Night Court.
I
Yes,
see
sounds like a guy from Night Court. Yes.
I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
Look, there's only so many NPCs I'm willing to spin up, and someone just handed me that one. Seems to spend a lot of time just sort of really just kind of looking off into space a lot and muttering to himself. But he really knows how to keep pants pressed, and he can clean the cookware like nobody's business. That's the most important thing.
Hey, my coffee's always hot. My tea's always hot.
Except when you don't want it to be.
Well, no, I prefer the hot tea.
Okay.
Yeah, I read it. I read it in a data pad somewhere that Picard starts his day with 15 pints of Earl Grey hot, and took that to heart.
Yep. So I don't quite know where are you calling to him, or are you just aware of him? Yes. Part of it is I need to know where and how to put this character in, because rat bastards are forcing me to go to Google.
Yeah, no, I would say the captain's like laser focused. Like even if this like he's laser focused on this meeting.
Oh, okay. This special meeting.
Mm-hmm. I think it's funnier the longer the captain doesn't know there was an attempted mutiny.
Okay. Actually, he might be vaguely Bolian, but a really weird makeup job. And I've got to put a nose on him. Sorry, this is part of the work I find very enjoyable. I don't get to write very much.
Dot your noses. Yes. Cross your
eyes. Cross my eyes.
Teeth.
Boop the snoots.
Snoots. And okay, sorry about that. Why we don't have what's abbreviation for yeoman? Anyway, come on. Why did you go to college?
Abbreviation for yeoman.
Yes.
YN.
YN.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're not all going to forget that.
No, we all
just Googled it.
I'm writing it down. Yes, we just Googled it. We did a thing. Just in case anyone needs to know. That. Yes. I have a picture of Yeoman Boar available eventually whenever it's needed. Yeoman Boar receives the captain, because I think you just leave the data pad with Yeoman Boar. Like all of your mail is just forwarded to them, isn't it? Captain? Okay.
Yeah.
So Yeoman Boar is right here. And forgive me where I know not what I do.
I'm pretty sure it's my fault for actually creating this, so I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So there's Yeoman Boar, gleefully ignoring a report arrives that's of vital importance, indicating a mutiny on the ship. He cocks his head to the side slightly, smirks, and then because he's kind of walking in a bit of a very formal but a very a very formal way. Just like he's always distant, and then he suddenly looks at the pad, focuses, smiles greatly about it, seems rather pleased and giddy about something, and then he presses acknowledged on the data pad, puts it back under his arm, and then goes back to this sort of a deadpan flat affect, and continues on to wherever that is that he's going. So yeah, there you go. And the captain then comes in to this room. Hopefully I can find a token for the captain, because I did not on it, but we know who you are.
Wow. Okay. Sorry, Captain. You have to be guys. Ooh.
You walk in. You walk into the room, and you see a room full of admirals, and also Ambassador Yukol Tathor, who is a trill, even though you don't put spots on him.
I'm gonna go ahead and shake the hands of Admiral Buckets, Nechayevic, and Hansen, and then I'm gonna look at the other admiral, and then
Well,
I'm
he
just
would
gonna
be
sit
an
down.
ambassador.
The ambassador. I'm gonna
He
look
gets
at the
no
ambassador, and
respect
I'm
over here.
just sit down.
Yeah.
There we go. Thank
I
you.
believe
Thank
that
you.
Matt, do you want to take over the ambassador? I don't know who wants to take over Hansen and Nechayev. You raised your hand. Who do you want?
I will take
Hansen. Okay, because he is also Shelby's. He's Shelby's boss, or he was. Shelby's like gone off on her own, so he's got other things to worry about. Devil, you got Ice Queen. Can you be Space
right.
Karen? All right. Yeah, just put yourself back into work. That's all I can say. Yeah. All right, Admiral Buckets. Well, hello, Captain. I think we have a lot
Admirals?
to talk about. Please sit down. Or actually, you already have sat down. Well, that's very efficient of you, and that's, I'm gonna say, one of the very few things that you're efficient about, with the exception of, well, how can I put this? Light treason.
I'm not quite sure what you're referring to.
Captain, I am duty bound.
Wait, which cat? Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Captain.
Okay. Wait, hold on. Need to know. Oh, which? You're speaking as Hansen. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry. I was like, because you were. It sounded like you were having Desmond go. Oh, wait a minute. All right. Nope. Gotcha.
Captain, I'm required by Starfleet to let you know that these proceedings will be recorded for the review committee. The decision made here is not final, but you are entitled to legal representation if you so desire. Do you require? I have to ask this now in front of myself, Admiral Nechayev, Admiral Buckets, and Ambassador. I'm not even gonna try that name.
Buckets. Urklo, Ambassador D2. D2.
What he said. Will you be requiring legal aid? Legal
Are you
representation?
are you saying that this is a formal hearing against me for some reason?
I turned my head to Nietzsche.
Well, God,
You're a legal officer. I've read this. You are a legal
What?
officer.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm sorry. They spelled my name on my cup wrong again. You know, they just never get it right. But I do love me a good pumpkin spice latte. Just remember, live, laugh, love, Captain.
She's been working on it since Picard. Picard offered her tea, and suddenly things just like kind of got weird for her in her world.
It has come to our attention through numerous of your crewmen's logs that we have found uh, much conduct just unbecoming of an officer, but far less of that of a Starfleet captain. For starters, it seems, um, excuse me, there were some Gorn babies hidden aboard the Norway that seem to have been inventoried by you personally. Uh, we have it on good authority from your former chief medical officer that you participated in aggressive snoot booping, and there's the the egregious mistake of handing over the friggin' board data. Oh, and not to mention, you've been with a recursive refractal algorithm since you've left Starport. And seems, according to your chief engineer's logs, has only just been fixed with minimal assistance or direction from his captain.
So once again, Captain, I ask you before we proceed, would you like legal counsel? You are entitled to counsel by legal aid. Would you like any legal aid?
Shit, my headphones popped out. Hold on.
Sorry, I suck as a lawyer. I don't know how to do that.
Part of me wants to be the fool and represent myself, but also part of me wants to create another NPC on the fly for you.
Oh, I can bring it. I have some ideas. You're going to get the lawyer that hands over 300 kiloquads of data and doesn't claw it back is what you're going to get.
Let's see. Yes.
Yes.
I vehemently deny all of these claims, and I would like legal counsel.
There is a Starfleet
well.
regulation that has 1784.2 subparagraph B that says the captain's yeoman can act as his legal counsel pro bono.
Computer. So the admiral just shifts in his chair and says, "Very well, computer. This is Admiral Henson. As per Starfleet's regulation, whatever you just said, the captain of the Norway has asked for legal assistance. You are hereby appointing his yeoman as his defense lawyer.
Can I make
As of this
can I make a
date,
better request here?
pause recording.
Let's see how yes hand works. Computer, activate emergency
Sure. Yes. All right. Yeah. Emergency legal hologram. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this as a bit of a. It's not a D move, but this is someone else who's a Starfleet. Uh, this is the potential ELH. Um,
Dibs.
but I don't want to. I mean, this is actually the person's avatar for games.
Oh no there, Cappy Wappy. Did you find yourself in illegal boo-boo?
Oh no!
No, nope,
That's
nope, nope.
activate the backup.
Yeah.
Please give me one second, because we know where this is going.
We got a veto. We got a veto.
We gotta be
Cappy made a
No,
fucking-
no, 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 no,
No, I've already got the emergency legal hologram.
There we go. That's better.
Hey, we
I
better.
don't know if anyone wants to take this or they want me to take this character. I will.
Yeah, you be.
I'll be happy to take it. And it's like,
My vote is
and
for
it will
you.
be standard. Please state the nature of the oppression on your constitutional rights.
Yes, it would seem that the admirals here are under the false assumption that I'm a traitor. So there's that.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on. Let me get up to speed. And then he uplinks, takes all the document data in, and he goes, ooh, ooh. And then he's gonna need a little bit of a moment with my client, your honors. And he does take you in his arm and just sort of gently takes you off to a corner. Are you crazy? What did you do?
What do you mean? What do I do?
What,
I
did you
just
talk
over
to
for a
them?
meeting. No, I didn't say anything to him. All I said was I vehemently disavow any of the stuff that they accused me of, and then I activated you.
They always activate me after the charges are levied. Okay, bro. Let me see. Okay, and he turns on a Bluetooth headset. And asks, okay, Janice, you're gonna have to move. You're gonna have to move the. Yeah, you're gonna have to move the Mayhew guy. And yeah, okay, yeah, that's all I'm gonna have to do. And push my 6. Okay, this is gonna be a bit. Yeah, love you. Bye. All right, and then he turns that off. All right, so you're first. What do you have in the way of a bond or anything to help me out with? What kind of leverage might you have? Because like I'm looking at this, and it's like, Gorn, you have baby Gorn?
I helped deliver babies in an emergency situation. I mean, who wouldn't have helped? I bled for that Gorn. I got bit. You know what Gorn babies do when you're just up in there?
Aside from, I think that reading this, I think actually the Civic guy, he's in this a lot. We gotta take this guy out. Can we maybe get a Nausicaan? You think a Nausicaan can come and
Look, I'm not gonna do something shady and illegal to prove that I didn't do anything shady or illegal. That's kind of silly, don't you think? You're the lawyer program. You shouldn't be advocating for me to commit crime.
I'm just saying, there's a chance you could skate. A little warp core reactor, little coolant leak.
I think if you do your job and actually find out what actually happened here, we could actually have a case. Okay?
How? What kind of case?
The
What?
Yeah.
Oh no, we're still talking. Hold on. Hey, Admiral Many Pips. You just go back to that jelly donut. Me and my client will be fine in a minute.
Computer freeze program.
Oh, Oh, no, I'm sorry. You've activated the emergency legal representation program. Like any security system responsible for the Federation, I simply can't be turned off because then you could edit me at any time and disrupt the flow of justice. But I do understand your point. I will hurry along. Yeah, and also
Perhaps we can recess this till after you've talked to your clients
oh, what is it now?
and obsessed with. I was saying maybe we can recess and you can talk to your clients and get your
We're
story
gonna get
straight.
rid of those art
Recess.
legends,
That was my
definitely.
favorite class in high school.
Yep. He is there to represent the Federation. So Saul is keep trying to push you to do the shady thing, and you're refusing. Um says I got some ideas, okay? But first we have to get some of these people in here. Can we this ball guy, he seems to be a jerk.
Ball's actually he's a stand-up guy, stand-up Andorian. I've met quite a few Andorians. I'd put him at the top of the list.
Okay, did you know he recently discorporated?
He what now?
Yeah, he's kind of reading the article here. Your honors, I want to strike the testimony of Mr. Chisthorthus. It's a great name. The main Chisthorthuses are really great people, but here in this case, he seemed to willingly discorporate and integrate with an AI, both of which I believe under Starfleet law indicate mental instability, and therefore his testimony is all suspect.
I incorporated with an AI once, but they kicked me out of the robot factory.
Did you just Google Rodney Dangerfield jokes and you got like a list of them ready to go?
Yes, but I'm not actually reading those. I'm just making up as I go.
I feel I just hear this word lock and load just happening at this point. To make Saul's claim valid, I'm gonna spend the 2 threat to alter the conditions of the test a little bit to say, we've taken Ball's testimony out of the record as inadmissible, because we've just declared, because he made one mistake, his entire career is just, who cares? So that I believe is a level of Saul Goodmanness. Yeah, so there's that. For legal things, it's presence and security, and I can assign all of them a flat 13 on this if they need to make rolls or objections or counter arguments. Oh, I'm coming!
I love this.
Nathaniel's like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna win this. I'm gonna win this court battle.
Little Griff.
Oh, little Griff. Hey, Griff. So yeah, but no, I understand.
Griff's testimony is worth double.
Huh?
Yes.
His testimony is worth double because he can swear with all 4 of his little pausers. All the toe beans. So, yeah, at this point, we've got, Hanson Nechayev. Let me see. And let me see. So so Saul is happy. He's shucking and jiving now, and he is he said, okay, what are other things you got? You got documents. You got things. I mean, who doesn't know about the Borg? How dangerous could it be? Just handing over people, handing over stuff. That can't be. You didn't do that, did you? Did you hand over documents?
Did I hand over documents?
Oh, yes, you did.
When did I hand over documents? Did I hand it over? I didn't hand.
You were drunk.
Was I?
Yeah.
Hey.
I don't remember.
This occurred when you went back into a kitchen
Oh.
and met a plain simple cook, and then kind of failed to actually grasp who you're dealing with as a player. But as a captain, you got the Presidential Book of Secrets.
Yes.
With more information about the Borg. And then you kind of accidentally slid a data pad over that contained all the tactical data Starfleet had on the Borg. You kept it in a locked filing cabinet next to the chlorine tablets in the pool house in the simulation of a Florida mansion. That's kind of how it went.
That's a shame.
We're playing some seriously deep stuff. I think they took 2 of your passports too. Sorry, this is all Nathaniel. This is all like super American stuff that we're going through right now. This is a very American and sad American thing, or United USA Yankee thing.
Hey, I'm Canadian, so you do you. I got my secrets hidden in the snow in the snow underneath the hockey rink.
Yes, it's frozen under the hockey rink.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Next to the maple syrup.
Yes. Oh God. So yeah, Buckets is saying, well, what other things, so you're denying, Captain, that you gave these things over?
I'm denying that I did anything wrong.
See, I told you it was fake news.
Admiral, with the proof that we were given is very convenient for the captain here to be playing this dumb.
Well,
I want to look at my counsel as if asking for permission to speak.
You sure you want to do this? You sure?
It's better than the option you floated out there, so.
Okay, just checking. All right, I don't think this is a good idea, but you're sure that isn't an option.
It's not.
Sure that's off
it's
the
not
table?
an option. It's not an option.
Okay.
First off, he was only doing what he thought was right, and I'm not gonna fault him for that.
Okay.
Even if it was stabbing me in the goddamn back.
Yep.
Admirals, you tasked me with looking for a solution to our little Borg problem. When I came to you and said that the only solution was a combined coalition of every spacefaring race in the galaxy, in our known area of space, you all nodded your heads, but turned up your noses at the mention of the Cardassians. Yes, I know. War crimes. But this is an unprecedented situation. We have never faced anything quite as dangerous as the Borg. And quite honestly, you gave me the task, and I set out to complete the task. I was able to procure information that helped us in our assessment, and in doing so, I did have to give some Borg information, but as I stated before, we only win this conflict if it's a unified front. And a little bit of goodwill shown towards the Cardassians could go a long way into establishing some sort of a dialogue, some sort of a treaty We don't want to get into a long, drawn-out conflict with the Cardassians. We're busy with the Borg. We don't have the resources to do that. So if you think that what I did was traitorous and not in the best interests of Starfleet, then I have nothing more to say. I did what I thought was best for every member of the Federation. And I stand behind it. I stand beside it. I stand in front of it. I stand all around it.
Captain.
He's doing a lot of standing.
These are not your decisions to make. You must go to the Federation Council.
Yes. So we can debate and we can argue and bicker amongst ourselves as to what the right course of action. Meanwhile, the Borg slowly but surely continue to wreak havoc through our sectors of space. Do I need to remind you all what happened at Wolf 359? Do we want a repeat of this?
Captain, I'm going to omit that from the official statement because it is Starfleet's policy to deal with this as a committee, not as everyone being handling things Robin Hood style.
That
you do not speak. If you speak, you represent the Federation, but we are the Federation, and we make the decisions. This is why they give us these bars, Captain. When your time comes and you have to put on these bars, you will be responsible for thousands of lives.
I would beg to differ. You put you put us captains out here
Saul has
on
lost
little
his
tiny,
mind at this point. Sorry, Saul's losing his mind.
You put each one of our us captains out on little tiny islands sailing across the vastness of space. In the eventuality that we will come across a situation and will have to make a decision by ourselves without a committee. I did what any Starfleet captain would do in that situation. You're telling me that Jean-Luc fucking Picard has never made a decision without bringing it to committee before? I find that very hard to believe.
When it comes to sharing sensitive information, it does not declassify upon boarding your ship. So, Jean-Luc made tough decisions, but they were all within the confines of his duty as a captain, as enlisted by the Federation. He followed the rules at the end of the day. Jean-Luc had the good sense to recognize problems that were larger than him. And certainly the Borg are, excuse me, in spite of his personal interaction with them, he has remained professional and left the ultimate decisions to those of his betters.
And I will not remind you of this fact again, Captain. You are not Captain Picard. And this is not the Enterprise.
Actually, here's at this point the room freezes, with the exception of yeah, he's like your scoldy face. Give him your best scoldy face. No, the room, everything stops, and Q flashes up next to you. He just pings in.
Oh, God. You know, honestly, I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad. This is literally the worst meeting I've ever had in my entire
Oh, I'd
life.
say that it was up.
What could
I'd
make
say
it
that
worse?
it was up there in the top 3. Yes. I don't even have an avatar for myself. I'm just going to go with this right now and not put this in the official record of the slideshow. Yes, it seems like you are like Captain Picard. He won, and you've got more hair. So yeah, you're definitely not him. You're not Johnny. What would your parents say about where you've wound up?
Oh, they'd probably give me a good "I told you so."
Hmm. Yeah, I'm afraid that an attempt to serve when those that don't believe in you uh fail to see the bigger picture is a problem that all Starfleet captains must face. You know, if someone were to offer you an option uh for life outside of Starfleet, would that be something that was of interest to you? There are worlds outside of the Federation, Mon Capitan. And you'd only have to wear a thong on alternate Tuesdays.
What are you proposing for me?
I
You?
think it's going to present itself to you if you don't look upon Starfleet as the only thing, the only course of action available, because it doesn't look like your 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 greasy batch of photons here is going to really pull this out.
No, no. He really doesn't cut the mustard here. I feel like I could have defended myself better. I feel like I have defended myself. Were you listening in when he suggested I committed more
I
crime?
was indeed listening in that you were offered a loophole, an escape, and you chose not to use that.
As I told the emergency lawyer hologram, it's not Sivek's fault. He was doing what he thought was
Mm-hmm.
right. No loyalty, but hey, at least he was doing what he
Yeah.
thought was right.
And if you can continue doing what you think is right, I think the future might work out for you, Captain. But it's going to be a very narrow and tenuous path, shall we say. And one thing I want to remind you of is he's an emergency Starfleet legal program. And with that, I will leave you to your choice, and maybe I'll see you again. And Q stops. Get ready, Hanson, to finish whatever rant you had going on. And Q leaves. And at this point, Bucket says, I think we've heard enough at this point. Captain, you can't go out on your own. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. And in this case, you may have compromised Starfleet and Federation security by revealing critical tactical information about our defenses that we may not be able to recover from. Collective court, what is your decision? You guys can go one at a time and do the little thing like they do on Krypton. I love it when they do judging on Krypton. Everybody gets a light and it goes out when they pronounce their thing. So, let's do it like they do on Krypton. Ambassador, I know that you're advisory, but you can still
I object. I'm hungry. Let's go get some food.
Okay. We've been over this, Benny, Ursel. You kind of got a vote. Is he guilty as charged? Did he hand
Last
over
time I voted, my
documents?
candidate won. Could have asked for a worse thing.
I'm happy to hear more about it at lunch.
Nat is in his element right now. This is
It's
perfect.
holding up the show. God damn it. Call that in first. I'll put that down as a probably. Is this you doing okay?
Yeah, that's
Okay
good.
with probably. That's good.
We'll go
Okay.
with majority rules.
Admiral Hansen, how are you ruling on this?
Guilty.
Okay. And then you gotta blink your camera for a sec. No, anyway. And then Admiral Nechayev.
I don't know. I need to do my own research. I oh I do have to get my kids a soccer practice. Guilty.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Yes. And then let me see. And Admiral Buckets, of course, says, "I'm afraid you're just guilty." And so at that point, all of them leave the room. There's a guard outside, obviously. Uro, Hansen, and Nechayev all leave the room. You guys can put your heads back up. The werewolf has gone back to sleep, and play the werewolf game here. At this point, Captain, I'm gonna remove these characters.
No respect, I tell you.
And yeah, and at this point, Saul turns to Admiral Buckets and looks at her and says, "Security check 14837 was passed." And then he says, and then he turns to you and says, "Good luck, and remember, it's an Electrolux." And then he disappears.
Admiral?
Okay. Yes. You've now been thoroughly court-martialed and disgraced. And, well, you have some choices to make. One of them involves going to one of our finest, most luxurious penal colonies and meeting people who may or may not be Tom Paris.
I was just gonna make a
I'm
Tom
gonna make a
Paris
Tom
joke.
Paris joke. Also, what's the other? The other person hasn't arrived there yet. And also, or I could assign you the most feeble of guards, and you could meet up with a person named Corwin and begin possibly a new life.
Admiral, I don't think I quite understand what you're offering me here. Are you freeing me?
I wouldn't
After
call that.
summarily lambasting me in front of the Admiralty?
I admire the Admiralty, but they can be a bit limited. And I think that you could do far more good for Starfleet and the Federation if you weren't involved with them. If you weren't just sitting on a beach in New Zealand.
What would I be doing?
Oh, I think you'd find something useful. Maybe getting maybe hanging out with some people who were also former Starfleet officers and who have decided to take a very different view about what justice is into their own hands.
Are you now? Let me meta quickly here. Would
Do you watch the show?
Would I
Do you
know
even
of
watch
the Maquis? Would I know of the
Yes.
Maquis?
It's Starfleet.
Okay.
Starfleet. Sorry, this is actually about the right time. It's the beginning of those rifts inside of Starfleet, and that's one of the reasons
Perfect.
that they are slapping down so hard on people that are kind of going off the reservation. I mean, treason aside, that too. But
I still like to argue that it wasn't treason, but hey.
I mean, in the TN, we were introduced to the Maquis in the TNG area where we are when they brought in Ensign Rose. So you would have some idea. By the time we caught up, yeah, you'd
Oh
know
yeah.
something. Every captain would have been informed.
Oh yeah. You
Okay.
may even have. Here's another meta thing. We're not going to pull former lovers out, but if you have other people, yeah. But yeah, it's like at this point, she hands you a set of transporter codes, and says, I expect reports back because they can be good. People that go off by themselves can be both help and they can be a hindrance. And I don't know which we have. Yes.
Just so I'm clear, Admiral, you want me to join the Maquis, but you don't want me to join the Maquis.
Well, I want you to join the Maquis. Don't not join the Maquis, yet join the Maquis.
I think I'm understanding what you're saying, Admiral. I'll do my duty for Starfleet and the Federation, whatever's asked of me.
Uh-huh.
Whatever keeps me away from Tom.
Away from Tom. And then quickly we go back to the cell. And when you leave the room, the Admiral touches a communications badge and says, Corwin, pick him up. And inside of the cell, while you're here, Desmond, you're looking at your pad, and this is not good because this should not happen. There's sparkling. There's actually some form of a phase going on, and Scoob, Tucker, and Jenkins, they fade away. They don't have a normal Starfleet transporter or even a Klingon transporter signature. They fade out. And Scoob, do you have any thoughts on this?
Infinity and beyond.
Do you have any thoughts on this, Scoob?
Ruh-roh.
Oh, that's okay. And that's where we'll end it, as these sets of people have moved on. God, how many more episodes of this shit do we have? All right. We will see what happens next to a captain who has been disgraced and has left. We have a merry band of mutineers who seem to also have gone away. And it leaves, I think, Desmond and Civic just taking care of the ship. And at that point, I would hope that somebody's been looking up raids and staying awake with extra strong tea.
Yes.
And I return you now to the Lords and Ladies of Fate to see what they are, what they're up to. What's coming this week?
This week, tomorrow, we have coming in from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by the Billy F. and Wildstar show, probably 9 to 11-ish. Wednesday, we will be back for the second episode of The Curse of Strahd with our ragtag group in this dark and mysterious world.
Oh, yes.
Then Thursday, we'll be back for Rift's Megaversal Mayhem as the group continues with their undersea adventures. Saturday, the continuation of Rift's Hitchhiker's Guide to the Megaverse, as the group is rifted out of Mad Haven into somewhere else. And then Sunday, 9 to 11 with Tomb of Annihilation. As the team goes and hunts down a Medusa. And then back again next week for probably the finale-ish, maybe? Something like that. Of our
yeah, we may have to have one filler. We might need one filler episode
okay.
beyond that. We end on Labor Day, we're off, and that's the seasonal end in 2 episodes.
All right.
Although I've managed to end it. We could just do Jackbox for the last couple episodes.
We could. We haven't done a good Jackbox in a while. If you are new and haven't watched this before and like what you saw, please hit the follow button down the bottom right hand screen. And please join in on our raid so that we can make it an impact on another channel. Be polite, but, spam some emotes and let them know that we're here. And support RPG tabletop role-playing games on Twitch. So until next time, bye everybody.